everyone, you've tuned into a Babies and Bar workout. So this is a bar class designed for the postpartum mother, post-giving birth. Please make sure you have the clearance to exercise from your midwife or healthcare professional before you do continue with this workout. Now, you can have your baby in your stroller. I have an imaginary child in here right now. And so your baby can be in your stroller. You can use your stroller handle as your bar for support. Maybe your baby is napping right now, so you can grab a chair instead and use the chair for support when we need it. If you do choose to use a chair, when we're rolling forwards and back, you can either eliminate the roll, you can either move the arms, or you can just work on your balance. So kind of play around with that, whatever feels good for you. For those who are starting with their babies in their stroller, fantastic. If they're happy in there for the whole time, let's keep them in there. If at any point you want to pause, have them do some tummy time, you have that freedom to do that. This is more about you moving your body, regaining your strength, and just having some time for you and where your baby can either sleep or enjoy. Equipment wise, you also want to make sure you've got a set of light weights. I'm using a set of 3 pounds. You can use the same as me, slightly lighter, or if you don't have any weights, just go through the movements without weights and you'll still feel the work. That's all I need to say. So let's get moving and let's get working. Good luck, mums. Okay, let's bring your hands onto your stroller handle. Take the legs in your wider stance, so your second position, knees and toes out to the corners, and I'd like you to pull the stroller handle in towards you. As you breathe in through the nose, extend the arms away. As you exhale through the mouth, pull the stroller back in towards you. So it's a breath, breathing in, exhale, center. And this breath is really to help us find that core engagement. So every time you breathe in, think about the rib cage expanding, and then the exhale is that deep transverse abdominal engagement and your core engagement. Just another one of these. We speed it up, single counts, breathing in, exhale back. And as well, as you bring it back, I want you to start pulling those shoulder blades in towards each other. So we've got a nice little bit of engagement in our upper back. Now, if your little one's asleep, kind of this may be the only way they sleep in their stroller, you can always just let that stroller be nice and easy and take the arms forwards and back, whatever feels good for you, or you can stay with this slightly slower pace. We have another 4 of these. In 3. Your last one. Then we'll just open the stroller a little bit so the elbows are relaxed by the side. Make sure again, knees are tracking over the toes. We find our plie position. We drop down for 2 counts and exhale, lift. Now the hips sink straight down below us rather than sitting out behind into a squat position. Really energizing that weight in towards your heels. And then you can add your rock forwards, breathing in and exhale, come up. If you're choosing to do this without your stroller, maybe your baby is napping in their crib or in their bassinet, you can again just use the hands without, and then when we need the stroller handle for support, you can grab a chair. So just warming up into the hips. Let's speed this up. Find your single counts. Drop down and lift, down and up. Every time you come up, really drive those heels down towards the floor, squeezing the glutes at the top. Into your last one. We take that right arm, reach it up overhead, nice big stretch to the side body. As you bring it back center, just give your baby little twinkling fingers. Again, breathing in over to the right side, and exhale, lift up, little twinkly fingers, switching sides. Nice breath in. And exhale, twinkly fingers to keep them entertained. One more, breath in. And exhale, lift, little twinkly fingers. We take our plies once again. As you lower, the left heel lifts, and then you lower down. Right heel lifts, and we lower. So as the hips go down, you have that heel lift. That heel presses to the floor as we Lengthen the legs. Maybe again, you'd like to take that stroller forwards and back. You can do any faces that feel good for you. Maybe sticking your tongue out or making big smiles. We have another 4 of these. Inhale down, exhale lift. Inhale down, exhale lift. 2 more, breathing in. Your last one. And all the way up. Heel toe those feet. So the feet are parallel and hip distance. Hands on the stroller. Push the hips back behind you as you push the stroller away. Real nice lengthen through your spine. Stretching through the hamstrings. As you exhale, ripple and roll yourself all the way up. So we restack the spine, the shoulders come back. You breathe in, you push the hips away for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, ripple, roll. 3, 2, 1. Hips push. 3, 2, 1. Roll it up. 1 more. Lots of nice spinal mobility for us. Your last one, bring yourself all the way up. Bring the stroller forward slightly, knees bend. You walk your feet back slightly. So I've got a little bit of a space between my elbows and shoulders. Extend the right foot directly behind. The hip bone stays square. Reach the left arm up. As we exhale, you round through the spine. Contract the abs, bring elbow towards knee. Inhale, lengthen. See if you can keep this right hand nice and relaxed. Trying to avoid getting too much tension or curving in that right side. Another 4. You'll feel that left glute really stabilize. Another 2 of these. And our last one, exhale round. Tap down, bring yourself all the way up. Bend through the knees once again. Let them know how well they're doing in their stroller. Extend the left leg back. Bring that right arm up. We take it again. We exhale, we round through the spine. Inhale and lengthen. So really firing up through your core. Let's keep a nice deep bend in that stabilizing leg. You have 3 more. This is our last one, big round through. Lengthen and all the way up to stand. We're going to take the right leg back into a lunge behind, spring up, lowering down and spring. We drive that weight into the left heel. You may choose to take that stroller forwards and then lift and spring. Another 4. Dropping down and lift. Maybe take that left hand and have a little peekaboo if you want. Can you then speed up? We have 8. Dropping down and lift. Whew. With my imaginary baby. In 3, 2, your last one. Reset, bring those feet back to parallel. Soften the knees, push the hips back once again. Lengthening through your spine. Exhale, ripple and roll all the way up. We find our lunges on the second side. 2 counts down. Dropping down for 2. Lift, spring up. Inhale down. Exhale, lengthen. Four more. Your final 2, breathe in, exhale, lift, last one, single count. Maybe you can add, again, a little peekaboo. Ooh. Hi. Your final 2 of these, and release all the way down. We'll grab a hold. You just want one of your weights. You'll have the left hand on the stroller. Bring the weight in the right hand, ankle, knees and thighs glued together. Bend through the knees, push the hips back, think of that lift of belly button to spine and a slight lift of the low back rather than arching our backs. We have that little lift. We pull that right arm up nice and high, lifting onto the tippy toes, fingertips nice and light. We extend the right arm back for 2 counts and bend in. Now you can always take the stroller out as we extend that right arm out to challenge your balance. Maybe you prefer to do this with your heels down if it's really tough to roll that stroller out. This is your last one at this tempo, and then we speed it up. You find your single counts. Out and in, out and in. Trying to keep the back of that right arm really nice and high. For 4. Only has to be a small out and in. In 2 now, hold that right arm all the way up from the elbow, mini bend extend. Really try to open through those shoulders. We have another 8 in 7. For 4, 3, 2, and release. Bring yourself up to stand, nice shoulder roll back. Take your legs in your wide plie. Bend down, find your plie position. We'll bring that right arm up, our tailbones tucked slightly. We lift the right heel as the right elbow comes in and out. And you can be singing the words in, out, in, out, because they are taking you in. Every single thing that you say, every single thing that you do, your gorgeous little baby is taking it all in and learning from you. In, out. The last one. Hold out, the heels down. We pulse the hips down and pulse that right arm up at the same time. Another 8 for 8, 7. In 4, 3, 2, and all the way up. Let's take those 2 sequences on the second side so you can bring that stroller around. We're gonna pull that left arm up, bend through the knees, lift the belly button to spine, hover the heels up. Eye line to your little one. We extend the left arm back for 2 counts, elbow bends back in. So slow and controlled. Try to keep the back of the arm really nice and high. And then maybe challenge your balance, extend the stroller out, pull the stroller in. Last one. And singles. Out, in, out, and in. Hello. For 4. Guys, you're doing so good. In 2 now, hold the arm back from the elbow. We find that mini bend press, bend press. You're really trying to lengthen that that left arm as much as you possibly can. You have 8. Glue those ankles in towards each other. Just for 4, 3, and all the way up. Let's take those legs into your nice wide stance. Bring the arm out to your 90-degree angle. Bend through the knees, find your plie position. We're gonna bring that arm in as we lift the heel and open out. We have 8. Bring it in, out, and out. For 4. Your last one, the heels down, tiny pulses up, bend through the knees as you find that plie. Be mindful, we're trying to avoid pushing those hips back, so find that small tucking of the tailbone, feeling your thighs in 4, 3, 2, and release. Lengthen through the legs. Bring the dumbbell down by the sides. You can give everything a nice little shake. We'll bring ourselves, so we have the inside hand on the stroller. You'll take the outside leg away from the stroller, small turn out in the toes, and reach the arm all the way up overhead, softness in the elbow. As we exhale, we take a little side crunch over. Inhale, lengthen through. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. You can look at your little one, you can look away as we find that side bend, contraction in the obliques. We speed this up. We have 8. Down and open. Where did mommy go? Oh, she's here. Another 4. For 4. Into. Last one. And release. Now take the legs into a wide stance, wide plie. Bring the fingertips by your ears, bend through the knees, tuck the tailbone. We lower over to the side and lift up. So again, really focus on that breath, feeling the stretch through the obliques, and then feeling that contraction as we draw up through both sides. Can we speed this up for 8? We drop down and lift. Hello. For 4, you can always be giving them a little hand to look at, maybe wave a toy over them. Last one, and all the way up. Let's take that straight over to the other side. Inside hand has the stroller. We turn the toes out slightly, reach the arm up overhead. Exhale, find the contraction, and then inhale and lengthen. You don't have to bring your knee all the way to the elbow. We want this really into the side body, out of the hip flexors. We speed it up. Drop down and lift. For 6. Final 2. Take the legs into your wide stance, bend through the knees. Slowly bring the elbow towards the knee, lifting up. You can imagine there's a plane of glass in front of you, a plane of glass behind you. So we avoid leaning forwards. We stay on this one line, speeding up, dropping down and up. Four more. For 3. Your last one, and all the way up. Heel toe, those feet are parallel. Bring the fingertips on to the stroller. Lift the heels nice and high so the legs are glued together. Bend the knees. Knees go forwards towards our stroller. We exhale, we tuck our tailbone under, release. Now again, you can take a little rock forwards and back with this, or you may choose just to keep that stroller nice and stable. I want you to think of really hugging those inner thighs nice and tight. And if your little one's needing some entertainment, maybe a little stick out of the tongue, some wiggly fingers. You'll start to feel this work into the tops of the thighs. The higher the heels are lifted away from the floor, the more work you'll feel into the tops of the thighs. So you can always lower the heels at any point. Into. Now maintain a small tuck. So I'm tucking under, so I'm bringing my spine to neutral. I'm avoiding over tilting or over pushing back. I'm just thinking of my natural arch in my spine, trying to stay there. We travel down towards the floor, down and coming up. Those thighs will bend. They may shake. Try to keep your shoulders relaxed. We can be like, Mummy's in an elevator. Oh, she's going back up. Dropping down and lifting up. 4 more. Down and lift. Your final 2. And last one. Lower the heels down. Give your legs a little shake. Turn your toes out so you find your first position. The heels lift and lower. Up and down. Try to come as high as you feel you can onto those tippy toes. Can you reach the arm up and down? So a little challenge for your balance. Maybe that opposite arm wants to take that stroller forwards and back. Forwards and back. We want those strong calves, ladies, but when we're having to push our strollers and gents and whoever and everyone, he, she, them. I say mum because I'm a mum. We want those calves to be really nice and strong for when we're pushing up hills, or maybe you do hiking wearing your baby. So feeling that work into the backs of the legs. Can you now take the calves double the time. Find the lift, lower, lift, lower. I would keep the fingertips nice and light. Just use that stroller handle for support. We go for 8, 7, 6. In 4, 3, 2, and release down. Give your legs a nice shake. Pop your brake onto your stroller. Bend through the left knee, bring the right leg back behind you. Forearms down, and just gently lean yourselves forwards. Feel a nice stretch through the back of the right leg. And then same on the opposite side. Bending through the right knee, push that left leg back behind you. You can have a little look, make sure the toes are pointing directly forwards. And bring yourself all the way up to stand. Now, hopefully your little one's okay. If you want to take them out, place them on the floor or pop them in a chair. Maybe they want to do a little bit of tummy time. We're going to grab our weights once again and have your heels together, toes apart. You're in your first position. Palms up. We open the arms out. You slowly bring them forwards. Open out once again and pull them back in. So we extend out. Arms float forwards, open out, and bring back in, speeding up. So they may like to watch you with this. May enjoy seeing the arms moving or the color of the weights. We have another 4. And just a little guide for you. You should always be able to see these weights in your peripheral vision. Make this your last one. We'll bend through the knees, maybe face away from your baby now. So bend through the knees, hinging forwards from the hips. We open out into a fly and lower, out and down. Eye line down towards the floor, really finding length in your spine, finding that squeeze of the shoulder blades. In 7. 4 more to go. For 3, 2, and bring yourself all the way up. Nice shoulder roll back. Let's bring those elbows back in, facing towards your little one. One more time. Out, in, open, down. Out, in, open, down. If at any point it's getting a little bit heavy for you, you can reduce the range of movement. So maybe just go out a little bit of the way and have those arms slightly lower down. They don't have to come all the way up to shoulder height. 4 more. Woo! Another 2. So you can start to make that transition, turn around facing the opposite way, bend through your knees, find your plie, hinge forwards from the hips. We open to your fly and lower, out and in. Guys, you've got me sweating here. I hope you're feeling it as well. Not just postpartum sweats, like sweating from your workout. I remember those postpartum sweats. No one told me about them, and I was like, what is this? For 4. Into your last one, and bring yourself all the way up. A really nice roll back of those shoulders. Bring those weights down towards the floor. I'd like you just to take one arm across the body, hold just above the elbow, and then looking to the side for a nice big stretch. Exactly the same on the opposite side. We're gonna finish off, guys, with either a squat series or a hip bridge series. If you feel comfortable bringing your baby down on the floor and coming down on the floor while your baby's in the stroller, please come into a hip bridge. I'll be demonstrating the hip bridges. If you'd rather do a standing sequence, as we lift the hips up, I want you to drop back into a squat and come all the way to stand. Very, very simple. And so either baby on the floor with you, you can actually bring your baby onto your hips as you do this exercise. Make sure they're upright, you're supporting them. I don't want them flopping everywhere. And if they are on your hips, you're pushing them away from you. They're not coming over your bladder or over your center. We want that core without any extra weight. So think just below your hip bone, so it's like a weighted glute bridge. The feet are parallel hip distance, arms down by the side or holding your baby. As we exhale, we lift up, up, down, down. You're gonna find that big glute contraction to lift you up. Really press that weight into the heels as the hips lift. Your rib cage wants to stay really relaxed throughout. And you're at home here, you're with the safety of your baby, you know how they are. Maybe you can take them and reach them up overhead. Hi! Nice little bit of work for your arms. 2 more of these. We lift up and lower. Your last one, can we just speed this up? You have 8. Strong contraction. Exhale, lift, inhale, lower. If your baby's in your hips, they're probably absolutely loving this. 4 more. And then it's bringing us to the end of our sequence in 2, and release all the way down. Hugging your knees in towards your chest, and just take a nice little rock side to side. And we'll go into our cool down. So let's roll yourself all the way up. So if your little one's in there, you can see them. We'll bring the hands back behind, or your little one can be down by your side. Bring ankle over the knee, drop the hips down, and walk yourself nice and tight in towards each other for a figure 4 stretch, stretching into the outer glutes. Nice deep breathing. Easing out of this one, let's switch, same on the opposite side. And gently easing out the stretch. If you can bring yourself round to all 4s, and I welcome you into a cat-cow, just rounding your spine one way then the other way. And then perhaps you feel like you might want to instantly move your spine in a circular direction. Please welcome whatever movement feels that it's coming to you in this moment. Pressing your hips back behind you into a child's pose. And then bring yourself to all 4s, tucking your toes, lift your hips to your down dog. Bring your hands back to your feet, and your head's nice and relaxed as you roll yourself all the way up to stand. Once we are standing, just take a hold of one. You can use the stroller for support. Take a hold of one foot, finding your quad stretch, pushing the hips forwards. Think about this knee moving back and releasing all the way down. Same on the second side, so hips will push forward as the knee comes back slightly. And releasing all the way. Take the legs in a really nice wide stance, ladies. Nice big breath in, arms all the way up. As you exhale, bring them down. Give yourselves a round of applause. Give your little ones a really, really well done round of applause. I'm just going to pause that. Thank you so much for joining me today in this Babies in Barre sequence. It feels such an honor to be able to, a privilege to be able to bring you this workout virtually. As for so long I was just doing them in person. So I really hope you can feel the energy through the screen. I hope that you and your baby had a blast. Maybe they slept, which is ideal, that your body feels really good for the work it's doing. Please do remember on our postpartum journeys that we do want to build up our strength at a real gradual pace. Remember, it took almost 10 months to build that baby. So give yourself time to return to your postpartum strength. And you know, times of postpartum can be really challenging. There's ups, there's downs. throughout the journey. So I ask you today, or my ask for you today, is to just find a moment where you can be really kind to yourself. And maybe you're doing that already. Maybe you sometimes feel frantic and you're not doing everything right, but your baby, in your baby's eyes, you are doing absolutely everything right. And they wouldn't want you doing anything any different at any single time. They adore you and they love you. So I really hope you can adore and love yourself. Feel just a nice connection to your body, your mind, your soul. You're doing an amazing job. Thank you so much for joining me for this workout today. I hope your body feels good for it. And I will just say that if you perhaps are on a further if you're further ahead in your postpartum journey and this felt a little bit easy, please go check out all the regular bar workouts on the platform, and you can always do the modifications if you need. I think that will be all. I look forward to seeing you soon, and thank you so much for joining today. Bye.